Hello and good morning, everybody. I am going to be going live as promised with an ENT specialist, Dr. Friedman.
Hey everyone out there. My name is Brian Friedman. I'm a ear, nose, and throat facial plastic and cosmetic surgeon.
Awesome. So I am the owner of the PD Dose, and that's kind of how we met. And the PD Dose is an app and a website that helps parents dose Tylenol and Motrin to children utilizing their weight, because in pediatric medicine, everything is weight-based. That's how it's dosed. And so I created this app in an effort to help educate parents and just make it easier on everyone involved. So you're not texting your nurses all the time, or your nurse friends, or your doctor friends, how much do I give? All you do is scan it, and it'll tell you exactly how much to give. But the PD Dose overall is also an education platform. And I want to teach parents how to better take care of their kids, especially when they're sick or they have all these other issues going on, like nosebleeds. And right now is a prime season for that. We're in allergy season. It also happens a lot in winter when things start to dry up. And I have a son, the one who happens to be homesick today, who is very prone to nosebleeds. And his bedding, unfortunately, sometimes looks like a massacre occurred. So I came across your product, the No More Nosebleed Kit, and I thought this was fantastic because this is
Thank
what
you so
we pretty
much.
much do in the emergency department setting anyways. So can you go ahead and tell us a little bit about this product and how it's supposed to be used?
Sure, it's my pleasure. I did a residency for 5 years in ear, nose, and throat and facial plastic surgery. And much like your background in the emergency room, I found that the worst nosebleeds, they like to start at 2 in the morning when everyone was sleeping. So as I'm getting up out of bed and driving to these emergency rooms across New Jersey, I said, there's got to be something out there that we can just kind of use to stop a larger portion of these nosebleeds. Granted, you're going to have a couple severe ones that'll always need help from a medical care team or nursing staffing in an emergency room setting, but this is only really a small fraction. But so many people were going to the ERs, one, because like you said, with your son's bloody sheets, they're very alarming and scary, so I was searching here, there, and I couldn't find anything. So what I've done now over the last 10 years of practice is actually package into the Nosebleed Kit essentially everything that I used when I was 3 in the morning and no one was there to help me to effectively stop, I would say, upwards of 90% of these nosebleeds. In my kit, I have everything you need not only to stop a nosebleed, but also prevent it. And for those listening out there, I think the best way to stop a nosebleed is to prevent one from occurring. Now,
100%.
the summer months, yeah, so the summer months when they're real dry, or or the winter when it's real dry and inflammation from allergies, the best way to stop a nosebleed is prevent it. And in my kit, the easier portion of it are the 2 items we have to prevent nosebleeds. As simple as Vaseline and saline. I just made that rhyme up. Vaseline and saline. 100%. Good job, Amanda. So essentially, morning and night, like you brush your teeth, you start with a little spray of saline in each nostril and some Vaseline. And these 2 items will really be your best friends for those that suffer from recurring nosebleed or have just experienced a brutal one for the next week to use. And then the recurrence of the nosebleeds will drastically reduce. Now, in the event, Amanda, or people listening, if you are to get a nosebleed, the first thing you would clearly do is remain calm. Easier said than done when your nose is bleeding like a faucet. But that being said, everything I have in this kit is going to stop 90+% of even the worst nosebleeds. A couple of items that I have in the kit, if you'd like to go through them, go hand in hand with this concept of clamp, coat, cork, and cease. The goal of the product, much like everyone knows when they catch on fire, is stop, drop, and roll. Next time you get a nosebleed, you remember clamp, coat, cork, and cease. So the first thing in the kit that I have that I'd love to show everyone is my now patented clamps. What a doozy to get these things patented. But that being said, they fit so comfortably over the lower third of the nostrils, right? And they're angled in such a way that when you go to the cork step, which we have in 2 sizes, right? Small and large, that'll fit really any nostril from 1 to 100. You take these out.
I love
yeah, right?
Because I take care of a lot of pediatric patients. Clearly I have kids, but I occasionally get them as well. So to have both of these in your kit, awesome. Great move.
Thank you. And what you would do, so now that we've reviewed the clamp and the cork portion, one step before it is the coat. Now this coat solution here is just a nasal decongestant. And nasal decongestants essentially are responsible for vessel constriction. Mm-hmm. So you got the clamp in place. I'll even go along. All right. Now, nose is not bleeding. I'm hands-free talking funny. But now you take this coat solution and you saturate 2 of these dental rolls, which either side of the nostril is bleeding. It doesn't matter. Putting it into both nostrils will help stop, even if the left side is bleeding, putting it in the right will vessel constrict all the vessels that the nose is so highly innervated with. So you coat the cork with this medicine. You put them in each nostril in a corkscrew fashion, hence the cork, and you clamp it again. Now, time heals all wounds. Compression heals all nosebleeds. So you let these sit in your nose for a half hour, remaining calm. And when that nosebleed has stopped, that gets us to our 4th step in the process of the clamp, coat, cork, and cease method, which is this bleed cease product. Bleed cease. Now, it's a very simple product. It's calcium alginate. It's all natural. It actually is made from seaweed. So you roll it up into the nostril that was bleeding, you stick it in there, you let it sit for a half hour or so, and if the nosebleeds stop, everyone's happy, everyone's comfortable. Mom, you can start cleaning those sheets. The kid, grandma, whoever was bleeding, they're at bay. You saved an ambulance trip to wait 6 hours in the emergency room waiting room. Everyone is happy. And now that we've stopped the nosebleed, what are we going to do? We're going to use the prevention side of this kit to prevent their recurrence.
Yes.
Amanda, dynamite. You're like Vanna White with those
yes.
things. Wonderful. So that's the long and story of Dr. Freeman's No More Nosebleed Kit, Amanda.
Awesome. And I love it. And for everybody watching, I will go ahead and put the link in my bio. I have a link tree. It'll be in my link tree so people can go ahead and buy it. It is on Amazon. Which I thought was extremely convenient with fast shipping, which I love. And it's also available on your website.
Yes, 100%.
What is your website again?
It's www.nomorenosebleed.com.
Perfect.
And there's also a toll-free number. It is 1-833-888-STOP. 833-888-STOP. I always wanted to say this. Operators are standing by.
Well, thank you so much for joining me today. And it was such a pleasure having you. And I honestly feel like on both of our sides, ENT related, they could utilize the PD Dose app, and my customers as well, just learning about how to stop a nosebleed, to prevent them from going to the ER or freaking out alone, because some of us are first-time parents.
That's right.
People who aren't parents yet and don't really know any of that information yet. So thank you so much for sharing it, and we'll talk later.
Amanda, the pleasure was all mine. Love what you're doing with the milligrams per kilogram. That's a doozy. Way to take that out of the equation. I loved being here. I love spending time with you. And you can Instagram. I know I got that thing going. I've just started figuring out how to use it, as you see my face on this Instagram Live. You feel free to drop us questions. It's our pleasure to answer them as they come in. Thank you so much for having me.
No problem. Take care. Have a great rest of your day.
Take care, everyone out there.
Bye.